Hi everybody. So I don't remember when, but somewhere along the line we got a book called A Chicken Tractor, a permaculture guide to happy hens and healthy soils by Andy Lee and Patricia Foreman. The deal is it really made an impression on us, and the chicken tractor idea is a good thing. Before we plant, we let a couple of hens into the garden inside of our chicken tractor, and we let them scratch and loosen the soil and grubs and weeds and all sorts of things, and they generally work hard. A couple of hens can do a pretty big garden. You just have to move the chicken tractor every night. The construction of the chicken tractor was basically I constructed 4 squares with corner braces, and one of them had a roost built into it, and so I put that one in the middle. The girls really like the roost because they sleep there. They feel a lot more comfortable up off the ground because they're birds, and they kind of stick up there on the roost so you can move the tractor at night once they roost, and they'll stay on the roost long enough for me to move the tractor. We only have wheels on one end of it because I picked the other end up and kind of scooted along the ground that way. So once I put the four brace squares together, it was just a matter of cutting some 2x4s in half long ways and running them down the length. On the bottom they were underneath the squares, and on the top they were on the side of the squares, but it still worked well. I have and then I put a roof on it with plastic roofing material. We were looking for the lightest materials possible. We covered the chicken tractor with chicken wire, and that was really lightweight, and that allowed me to pick the thing up all by myself and put it in the back of the truck, for example. Now the first use we had of the chicken tractor was to slowly get the new girls that we got, the pullet hens, close to the main population there in the bigger coop, without actually putting them next to each other. The theory was we'd let them get used to let the two groups get used to each other. We buy anywhere between 2 and 4 chickens a year because we want a steady stream of eggs even after the girls stop laying, and we don't really we don't eat any of the chickens. We just eat the eggs. So when I worked, I had a retirement plan that I'm still enjoying, and we let the girls do the same thing. They retire and they collect their pension of chicken feed and water and what have you, whatever treats I can find them. But then this year's pullets we put to work in the garden, and they did a really great job. Quick story: the scratch feed we were using for the pullets had wheat in it, and they wouldn't eat the wheat seeds. So we grew wheat in the rows where the chicken tractor was at first, and then we had to go back over the rows again so that the pullets would scratch up and eat the plants, and they liked the plants, they just didn't like the seeds. So every project like this has a learning curve, and that was my big learning, was that not to buy scratch feed that contains wheat, at least for my fussy girls. So there's an old joke, why did the chicken cross the road? And our chickens crossed the road to get to the other side. So we had to take the girls over our gravel driveway, and the video shows that, you know, how much they want to stay on that roost, even though 2/3 of the floor of the chicken tractor was open. And so it's safer for the girls to give them a roost, and it's just kinder too. So yeah, don't build a chicken tractor without one is my advice. Thanks. All right, well, that's the whole chicken tractor saga, and thanks for listening.